Yes, I can.
So, discovered check actually works when you have two of your pieces together. For example, if you look at this situation, you will look at you have a rook here, and we have a bishop here, and these are two of your pieces, isn't it? And one of them
Yes.
is potentially attacking the black king.
The yes.
Potentially, he's not attacking it just because the bishop is moving
Directly
there.
because of the
But once the
bishop is there.
bishop leaves that, then it will be attacking the king. So a discovered check is when you remove a piece and the other piece starts attacking the king. See,
Okay.
look at the situation now. The rook is attacking the king. So because this bishop moved from c4 to d5, now that is a discovered check. Okay. The point is, it
Yes.
just moved away so that the more like unveiling. The attack is there like this, it's there, but it's not unveiled yet. It's left for this bishop to leave, and once that bishop leaves, then the king will be under attack. Do you understand? But
Yes, I do.
how do we now use this in chess? We use this tactic to um, we play it mostly to gain advantage, at times to gain peace
Mhm.
from our opponents. For example, we know that this bishop needs to move away from here and the king will be under attack, isn't it? That'll be check.
Yes.
But now, where the best square for the bishop to go to
D3.
maximize the square check. So d3, correct. D3 is a very wonderful square. From d3, you will notice that bishop suddenly is attacking the queen and the rook is attacking the king. And now it's a check. And whenever your king is under attack, you have to consider take, interpose, or move. In this situation, the king has to probably move whatever he moves to. Who cares? Then you go ahead and capture the queen. See, that's the idea. You have the chance, once it's a check, you will have the other chance to capture the other piece that you are attacking. That's the advantage you gain from a discovered attack. I mean, a discovered check. Now, the difference between a discovered check and discovered attack is that when it comes to a discovered attack, it is not related with the king. The king is not under attack. Probably, maybe there will be a knight here. Then maybe there's a queen here. Then you can now, imagine there's a knight here and a queen here. So this can now be a discovered attack if the bishop moves away. Now you're attacking the queen at the same time you're attacking the knight. See,
Mm.
because it is just a
Okay, the
piece.
knight.
But if it is the king, then it will be a discovered check. Now, you see the difference?
Check.
Good. So
Yes.
um, here it is actually white's turn to play. Now we are looking at the idea of discovered attack. Look at it. In this situation, we have a queen here. Sorry, let's look at the white pieces first. Two pieces must be aligned on the same file. Look at it. Um, we have a rook and a bishop. And remember, the thing is discovered check. So the king is directly at the top here. So the question is, where exactly can we put our bishop that it will give black a devastating blow? It's going to just be the best move for black at the moment. What do you think?
Um,
Where
Bishop
should we go to
F3.
put it? Well, bishop f3, not bad. Bishop f3 is not a bad idea because after bishop f3 is actually discovered check. And now the queen, if the queen blocks, your queen takes. If the king decides to run away, your bishop takes. And the bishop here can actually defend also um, the king, and you still end up taking the queen. But there is a better move here. Guess the best move. The best
B5.
move here is would be bishop to b5 exactly. Bishop to b5 would be the best move. Why is bishop b5 the best move? It is
Because the
because
knight is also protecting it.
the king is under attack. Do you understand? And this pawn can't
Okay,
capture. So
yes.
it's more or less the same thing, but it's
And the
I'm
queen is
preferring
restricted to move.
the queen
The
cannot
queen is
move.
pinned, yes.
Yes, because in using this variation, you see the queen can decide to sacrifice itself for the rook instead, which of course is still losing. Queen for rook is still losing. But
Look.
what about if it is
Yes.
queen for bishop? See, if you have the option of queen for bishop, then we go for the option of queen for bishop. That's the best. Check And once the bishop interposes, then I'm not losing my rook. I'm only losing my bishop for a queen exchange. And if it doesn't, just go ahead and take the pawn. Okay, let's go to the next one. Here, it is white's turn to play. No. Again, the pieces that perform well from with discovered check or discovered attack are mostly the bishops, the queen, and the rooks, long range pieces. Okay, the rooks will do a good job. The knight, I mean the bishops do good jobs, and the queen is going to do a very perfect job when it comes to discovered attacks. Okay, or discovered checks. The knight cannot do discover. It is the knight that will be moving away from. Do you understand now?
Yes, I'm guessing so.
For example, look at this position now. Discovered check. And the bishop
Knight and
is actually, do you understand? But the
yeah.
knight is actually blocking. So question is where would the knight go to?
B6.
And where?
Knight B6.
Knight D6. Well,
B6. B6.
It's also a good idea.
B6.
B. Okay. Okay. Knight B6. So you want to go to knight B6. So once the king moves to H8, that's the best move actually to defend. Then you will now take the rook, isn't it?
Yes.
And the bishop takes your knight back, right?
Yes. Yeah. This 6 would have been better. Yeah, this 6 would have been better.
Okay, going to D6 also. D6 check, the king goes away. But let us look at, okay, yes, I think D6 is also an interesting move. But look at it, there is a counter play by Black. Black has a counter attack. Look at the counter attack. You see, when you play chess sometimes, you don't want your opponent to have a counter attack on your piece. Okay, you just want to attack successfully, and you don't want your opponents to have a counter. You don't want them to attack back. So in this situation, knight D6. If I'm going to score you with knight D6, probably I'll give you maybe 7/10. And if you're going to knight B6, of course, I was going to be giving you like 4/10 there. But there is something better, actually, something far, far better than going to B6 or D6.
It's not necessary it has to capture, right?
Yep, it's not necessary it has to capture. And if you can capture, you can capture.
Okay. I think E3 would be better.
Well, knight to E3. That's another interesting move. E3, bam, check, and now the king, after running inside, then the idea is to what?
Capture the knight, then protect the pawn.
Capture the knight back. Okay, cool. Okay, for that, I'm going to give you 8/10. 8/10, not bad.
But you didn't hear I capture the knight, then protect the pawn from the rook.
Yes, fine. That's what I'm saying. It's a very good move. So 8/10. But there is still something better.
Something better.
So we have the best move somewhere there.
Pawn capture, that's E5.
Knight takes E5, thank you very much. Knight takes E5 is actually the best of the best moves. Why? Because not only are you gaining the knight, you're also gaining a pawn. I mean, you see, it's 4 points for this better. Why go for 3 when you go for 4? Another thing is here, it would be a very, very bad idea after the check for this rook to also block. Also a bad idea because you still have bishop takes rook in check. And you can still come back and take the knight whenever you can. Do you get it? So it's win-win. Of course, it's still workable in the other part, but this pawn has the extra munene, extra advantage in that. Let's go to the next one. Here, actually, again, like we've been doing in the previous examples, there are some times that the discovered check is not there, but the potential is there. You can make it happen. If you look at this situation, and you see that this queen actually can capture this queen, but there's a problem. The bishop is blocking. So, and if you say that discovered attack. If you capture the rook here, trust me, this queen will definitely capture your queen back.
It's gone.
And you just lose your queen for, and you can't even checkmate. You don't have a checkmate because once the rook tries to come to h8, the king just simply takes the bishop again. So you'll be like, oh my god, you've lost your queen, you've lost your bishop. But there is a way you can make a sacrifice and you will end up getting the queen, which is far much more better. So let me give you like 2 minutes to think about it. Then I can definitely tell you the answer myself. First, remember, we have to do a check. If there is a check, if only we can have this bishop give a check, then we'll capture the queen, isn't it?
Yes.
So now, how can we make that happen? Where we'll be able to make one move, and we'll be able to use our bishop to check, and we'll be able to capture the queen.
Rook e5.
What?
Rook e5.
Well, rook e5 actually, what does rook e5, what does it do? How does it affect the check? Because by playing rook e5, well, thank you for coming. All I have to do is to use my pawn.
Yeah, this is the pawn.
So it doesn't check. The point is, even after rook e5, if the pawn takes, am I moving my bishop to say check? My bishop is not making a move that will say check. So that's where you have to think. That means you have to first make the rook move. After making the rook move, the next thing you're going to do is to use the bishop to make a move that says check. And thereafter, then you take the queen. Okay, don't worry. I'm going to do this one for you. But
Queen is h6.
Rook to what?
Queen h6. But that was dumb.
Well, once the queen leaves to h6, will you be able to have, what will you now use to do discover on the queen? The bishop is working, the queen is working. So what is not working right now?
The rook.
The rook. And you have a bishop on this diagonal.
That's rook h6. h8 rather.
Rook what?
h8. Rook h8.
Rook h8. Thank you very much. That's the idea. So the idea is rook h8 first. So the king has no choice but to take.
Then the bishop checks it. That's bishop g7. Then I can capture the queen. I capture the queen.
For free. And besides, if you look at it, you have 9, your opponent has 5. So you should win this position. Okay. Yeah. Something like that. Now, this one makes a lot of sense. Okay, this one is very simple. Okay, just one move, and you will have a discovered check. So
White to
look at
play.
it. What's it? Very simple.
White to play.
Yeah, white to play, of course.
Bishop E7.
Bishop E7. That's fantastic. Bishop E7. Check, and suddenly, once the king moves, then you go ahead and capture.
Captures the knight.
Right?
Knight.
But if I'm going to score you, I'll give you 7/10. That means there is actually something better. Because you don't necessarily have to discover check to capture a piece. You can also use a discovered check to end the game.
True. So that's Bishop
Exactly.
F6.
Bishop F6.
Bishop F6.
So
So
Bishop
the
F6
king
actually
there's
ends
nothing.
the game. That's checkmate. So why be a king when you can be a god? Okay, let's go to the next one. Here, it is actually white's turn to play. So what do you do?
What to do? What to do? What to do? Bishop D2.
Well, Bishop D2.
No.
Okay, she's changed her mind.
Bishop D2 was okay. Bishop D2, yes. Bishop D2.
Okay, Bishop D2.
Bishop
So I'm
D2.
trying to look at. So after Bishop D2. Okay, sorry. What did I just do? Sorry about that. Okay, cool. Can you see this?
Yes.
Why is my mouse doing like that? Sorry. Okay, Bishop D2 says that this pawn, this king is in our check, and now the king can actually run to G7. Then after the king goes to G7, then what do you intend to do?
I said Bishop D7 captures the pawn, then also. Oh shit.
What did you just say? You said Bishop D2.
Nothing. Nothing. It's not going to work.
Okay.
It's not going to
Bishop
work.
D does not work.
Doesn't work.
Okay, doesn't work.
Bishop F4 actually will do the trick, kind of.
So what trick is that? After Bishop F4 and the king maybe runs to G7, what do you do?
Check, goes down, check, controls. How does it get hard?
It's not. You see, you actually looking at, you want to capture a piece or something. Okay. But you forgot, you keep forgetting something, which you forgot the first time. It's not only about capturing a piece, you can also checkmate.
That's what I'm
So
looking at.
bearing
I'm
that
looking
in
at.
mind, this is actually one of the simplest checkmates in the whole universe.
Okay.
Okay.
Really? How did I see that coming? H6. Queen H6.
What? What's going
Queen
to H6?
H6.
Queen
Queen
H6, that's a
H6.
check. Queen H6, that's actually a checkmate. So yeah, now you're saying her. But guess what? Even if I'm going to score you here, definitely I'll probably look at scoring you maybe um for doing meeting two. I'll give you 7. I can give you 8. It's not 10-10. Come on. So your case is like you want to achieve purpose, or first, let's say you want to go to Egbeda from maybe Yanopaja. And the very first thing you did was to go through Dokpemu and now merry go round down to Egbeda. It's a long journey. So from here, it only takes just
Just
one
do
move and you will still achieve the same
H5.
thing
G5.
that you were supposed to. Bishop F8,
Oh.
checkmate.
Hmm.
Yes, because we are using a discovered attack. So because once the bishop moves to F8, the truth is there is no square for this thing. No square at all. Can't come here anymore. And the queen is already doing a very wonderful job attacking the king. So so bishop F8, checkmate. See? No squares the king. So all those tactics that we talked about, it can lead to checkmate. So you just have to keep an eye out also for checkmate. It's very, very important. Checkmate. Okay, let's look at this one. Here, it is actually um, black's turn to play. This one is easy, very easy. You don't need to, you can even sweat this. In 10 seconds, in fact, in 2 seconds, you should see it.
Bishop D4, D3 rather. Bishop D3.
Bishop D3. Well, that you are a little bit selfish. You know. Why? Because
Selfish.
you didn't even consider what was happening to your king.
Whoa. So actually on track.
Whoa! Now you see. Now this exactly is happening to your king at the moment. So now you see, putting the bishop on D3 shows that you did not consider what's happening to your king. Your king is on a check.
It's I'll just be easy to just protect my king and check me at the
Just move
same
to
time.
where? To where?
G6.
G6, exactly.
G6.
Protecting the king and checkmating at the same time. See? You have to be a little bit careful when you look at positions before you give your answers. Okay, this one here is actually Blackstone to play. It's Blackstone to play. Very easy.
Pawn hit.
Pawn E2, check, and the king has no choice but to go to H1. Then what?
Then I promote to queen. E1.
Promote to a queen. Thank you very much. Perfect. That's bravo. Next. Here it is white's turn to play.
Pawn d5.
On d5. Interesting. And now, once the king, maybe queen goes to f6, then what do you do?
Capture the queen.
Capture the queen. Thank you. That's it. Just bishop or queen. No, nothing serious anymore. Nothing serious. Just capture the queen and you're good to go. Life goes on. Next. Here it is actually white's turn to play. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. White's turn to play. Let's see if we can try it. Found it?
Nope. The check has to happen first, right?
I don't know. I'm not giving you any hints.
Pawn capture c5.
Well, pawn capture c5 will not work anymore. Because after pawn capture c5, then
There's no check.
then this rook simply comes down here to capture your rook. So it won't work anymore.
Um, Queen d5, d7.
Queen
Queen
what?
d7, d7.
Queen d7, that's brilliant. Queen d7 is very brilliant. Queen d7, now the king takes. Then what do you do next?
Pawn captures, king is on check.
Pawn
Pawn
captures, but
captures
that's a check
c5.
now. Exactly. Pawn capture c5 with a check, discovered check. And now once the king, the queen, even if the queen defends, you still capture the queen back. So
It's
whatever
still in
happens,
capture, yes.
king c6, you go for the queen. Now, that was interesting. Okay, you're getting better, don't worry. Let's go next. Here it's also very simple. It is actually white's turn to like discover check or same.
Pawn d7.
Pawn b7.
Pawn
And
d7.
now,
King is on
yeah,
check.
pawn d7. Now, what happens after rook c7?
I still go ahead to promote to a queen. Well,
Okay, if you promote to a queen, then this rook captures.
captures. Actually, queen e8 is best.
Queen what?
E8 captures,
Well,
then I promote to a queen.
queen e8, fine. Then it captures. then you promote to a queen, but there is a
Then he
problem.
uses his
There
rook.
is this queen that will come back and capture you. Oh, you missed that. Sorry. But actually, it's easy from air. Actually, if you can get the very first move of pushing the pawn forward, then from here it's just something very easy. Just look at it. It's very easy, very obvious.
Queen h8.
Queen h8. Welcome. Queen a8, h8 check. You see, that's very important. Check. And now the king will have um, what choice does he have? Probably bringing the rook back
Rook
and
back,
still
yes.
capturing. If
Captures.
he what
And then bishop
if he
comes back.
brings the bishop back? I want to check your thinking process. If the bishop goes back, what will you do?
Captures. I can actually move my rook to e1.
Your rook to
Rook
e1.
on c1.
Well,
Rook to
you are
d1.
giving black the time to capture this pawn.
Okay, I capture. I capture it.
You want
I
to capture the
capture the
bishop.
bishop. Yes.
Capture the bishop, then the rook captures back. Then, but what if you drop your pawn here and promote another queen?
Okay.
Then you have two queens on the board.
Yeah.
You can have two queens on the board, or you can also go ahead and capture the bishop. That's a free bishop, to the best of my knowledge. And if the rook captures back, then now you have
And
the
push my bishop to a check. To a check.
yeah, you have bishop to a check,
I
which
think having two queen on the board is actually much better.
yeah, you will prefer two queens on the board. Exactly, so that's how it works. Okay,
They do
let's go
much work.
next. Let's go next. Here, it's very, very interesting. It is actually why it's time to play. I want to take the advantage of, you know, of a potential discovered check. So, your time to think.
Mm. Okay. Queen e7.
Queen e7, okay, and maybe the king goes back to g8.
Mm.
So you didn't even calculate it; you just went queen e7.
My calculation was wrong eventually.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
That was one night.
You have to make sure your calculation is right before you even try. You try to make it right mostly. If you see a good move, look for a better move. Okay. Then when you can't find any better move, then you can now mention your good move. Okay. Should I break it down for you a little bit?
I guess so.
What's stopping this pawn? Because your discovered check is here, isn't it?
Yes, but the pawn is
What's stopping the pawn?
the queen.
So now think. So it means if the queen is not here, we will make a discover check. You can't find it.
I have in my mind. It's not going to push the queen
Ah,
off. This is actually the pawn can still capture it. Queen sacrifice, my queen sacrifice.
you want to sacrifice what? Where?
My queen to capture the rook. F8.
Queen captures
Queen
rook
F8.
f8, and the queen captures the queen back. Now what?
Yes. Then my pawn promotes to a queen as well.
Pawn promotes to a queen. Suddenly you see your rook is attacking the king, and the queen is attacking the queen. Correct.
But the
Because
king
now
can
once the
still
king moves
protect.
away,
Yes, it's going to protect the queen automatically.
of course,
Then I
once the
can
queen moves
still
away, who
check.
cares? You can even take the queen. The point is you have a piece. Give me a second. It is. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Next. Here, it is white's turn to play. Discover check. Just make it snappy.
Hmm. Okay. Knight E5.
Knight e5. Perfect. Correct. Next. It is white's turn to play. Discover check.
Knight C6. Knight C6.
Knight c6. Perfect. Perfect. Because knight c6, even the queen runs down there, then what do?
I still capture it with my knight.
It's your knight. Exactly. That's why knight c6 is the best. Still capture with the knight. Next. Here, white's turn to play.
Knight C5.
Knight c5. Thank you very much. Knight c5. That's the best move. Next. Study is becoming very fast with this. White's turn to play.
Okay. Knight E4.
Knight e4. That's interesting. Check. You take the queen. Next. It is white's turn to play. Uh-huh.
Knight C4. Oh. Wait. Oh shit.
No, it's not shirt, it's trousers.
Okay. Queen B7.
Queen b7. Brilliant. Queen b7. And the king now takes, then
Yeah, knight C4 can happen.
knight c4. That's perfect. Perfect. Okay, cool. How about this? White's to play.
Okay, rook g7.
Rook g7. Hmm. I'm trying to understand the point behind rook g7. Rook g7, rook captures g7. Then what? Let me do it for you. Rook g7.
Okay, I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. It's not gonna work. I think
Okay.
rook rook g6 would work.
Rook what?
Rook g6. Rook g6.
Rook is on g6.
Sorry, h6 rather.
A rook h6, then the king takes. Now what?
Then my knight moves to e5. Then queen is on check.
To where?
The queen is checking the king. My knight goes to
Oh,
d5.
oh, okay. Rook takes knights, check. Good. King takes, and knight goes to d5, check. And now the queen is actually checking the king. At the same time, the knight is attacking their coin. That's perfect. Perfect. Next. Oh, uh-oh. This is interesting, kind of. Very, very interesting. Hmm. Let me see myself. Yes, it's white's turn to play.
Knight d6.
Knight d6. Hmm. Knight d6. After knight d6, the king just runs to e. The king goes to d8. After knight d6, the king comes to d8. Then what? You want to take the queen, which is your idea, but my pawn will also take
My queen.
this queen. So that might not work, or better still, even after yes, I don't think it works. So there should be something better. Oh, oh my God, very interesting. I found it. Okay, so left to you.
Knight c5.
Well, knight c5, check. The king still goes to e8, now to
Then I
d8. Now
capture the
what?
bishop. I capture the bishop.
You capture the bishop, are probably that would be losing for you because come to think of it, after knight c5, king king e8, see, king d8 here, then
Mhm.
capture the bishop. I'll definitely capture your queen first. Bam, with e
Oh, I forgot
again.
about the pawn. Oh
Check.
shit. Yeah,
Trousers.
my
Again,
wasn't.
trousers. Shirt not involved. This is trousers.
Knight a5 is the best.
Knight a5 will have been, this should be the best move, but let's see if you get it. The king goes to d8. Now what?
Then queen g5.
What?
Queen g5.
Oh, you've lost the attack. Come on. Queen g5 does not work because after queen g5, sorry, knight a5, king if you move king g5, then there is queen g5. There is a simple just c6 chasing the actually just knight c6 checkmate. It's a pin. The king cannot come here because
Mm,
of this wonderful looking bishop.
yeah.
And the king cannot come here because
Yeah.
of this wonderful looking
Because of
knight.
the night.
So you see,
Mhm.
wonderful. The king
Ah,
is still under attack. Checkmate.
yeah.
Okay, next. We'll finish everything as regards this over check. That's one thing I know. Now here, this one is very simple. Very, very simple. Um, it is white's turn to play. So make it happen.
Knight D6.
My what?
Knight D6.
96 doesn't work. And I'm going to show you what this is called a smoothers mate. Smoother. Let me type it out for you to understand this idea. It happens in many games. People fall for it. Smoother. Let me type it out. Smoother. Smoother. Can be smoothed mate. Now, smoothed mate. Look at how it works. Suddenly, the knight actually comes in to give a discovered check. Knight h6. And now you will realize that the queen is attacking the king. At the same time, the knight is attacking the king. So the king is having two options. Option one is to move itself to f8. If it comes to f8, then what's the checkmate there?
Mm, F7. Queen
F7. What's
F7.
f7? Queen f7 is checkmate there. So, but what if the king decides to go inside to h8? That's where smoother comes in. Comes to h8. Now you play your queen to g8.
But
Fine.
the
The
rook can
knight
capture
is
it.
defending. So the rook will capture, isn't it? So once the
Yes.
rook captures, bam. Now suddenly the king is locked on h on h8. And all you need to do is to play what?
Just your pawns. Oh, sorry. It's to knight F7.
Knight f7. Thank you very much. So just drop the knight on f7 and suddenly you get a chance. Game over.
Hmm.
You get the idea. That's smooth as me. It works most of the time. In fact, virtually once you see this position, every white player dreams or any chess player dreams for this kind of position. Once you see it, they're like, oh my god, I'm winning. And that, start showing their mouths, kind of smiling like it's gone. Check, king moves, then check, sacrificing the queen, smoother. And now the king is at the corner, smoother. Then you checkmate. Knight f7. That's it. It's brilliant, brilliant mate. Next, here it is white stone to play. What do you do?
Bishop F6.
Well, bishop f6. If you play bishop f6, I'll give you 4 over 10. Why? Because this knight can actually defend. And you've gained nothing. You didn't gain anything by playing
Bishop C7 is the best. Bishop
bishop
C7.
c7. Well, c7, I'll give you 5 over 10. Why? You at least you gained 1 pawn. That's why I'm giving you 5 over 10.
Bishop D6.
Exactly. Bishop d6. Thank you. Bishop d6, you gain the queen.
Attacks the
So you
queen.
have to be careful. Just when you see a good move, look for a better move. There's always something better. When you can't find anything better, then you can stick to your best, to your good move that you first saw in the first place. So bishop attacks, so now was king runs or knight defense. In fact, this is even worse. If the knight should defend, what will you do?
Still captures it. Another
What?
checkmate. Queen captures
Exactly.
the
Queen
knight.
captures.
Another checkmate.
That's good. Queen captures checkmate. You see, so that's why it's so worse for black. So black would need to play king d7, and now you can now what? Take the queen. Excuse me. Next. Okay, still undiscovered check, and now it is white's on to play. It's very simple.
On d6.
Pawn d6. Okay, sorry. It's actually black's turn to play, no white's. Sorry. It's black's turn to play. Though if it were to be white, you're so correct, but it's actually black's turn to play.
Bishop e4.
Bishop e4. Not bad. After bishop e4, what's that? Bishop e4. Then you go ahead and take the rook. Of course, that's a perfect 8/10 because you can't even take the rook because maybe yes, you end up taking the rook or you take a piece one way or the other. But that's like again, like I said, that's 8/10. When you have actually bishop takes pawn on c2.
The queen can always
Okay.
cover. The queen can always,
And when
yes.
queen covers up, then what
The
happens?
rook takes it.
That's the only point. Look for a queen. That's a good business trade. In fact, that's the best business trade at the moment. Do you get it?
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Next, white's turn to play.
Bishop d5.
Bishop to d5. That's very perfect. Bishop d5. I love it. Bishop d5. It's interesting. But let us look at it in a variation. After bishop d5, then black can what can black do here? Maybe just the rook takes bishop.
The king is on bishop. The king is on
It's
check.
even on that check. Sorry, the king is on attack. So what does he have? I don't know. Maybe knight blocks the rook. No, you think the knight does not work. So the king probably runs away, and you end up checking. Or if the king goes back somewhere here, then you can gladly capture the
Knight.
knight, which it's a very interesting idea. Another interesting idea is to just play the bishop back. Do you understand? Playing the
Yes,
bishop
I
back.
do.
It's a check also. And now once the king moves closer to the bishop, then you can as well use the bishop and um, just take the
Knight.
knight, and you're still winning. Anyways, I think I have like 7 minutes. Do I? How many minutes? Yes. I have like 7 minutes. Please. I'm so sorry. So quickly, here again, it is actually white's turn uh, to play. And I need you to look at something very important. If you look at this position, can you see this position?
Yes, it's similar to the previous.
It's similar. Now it's your turn to play. So what do you do now?
Bishop e8.
Well, that's more like a thing of a thing.
A.
That's 3/10. That's like a 3/10 for you. Official expression whenever I give anything less than 5, it's kind of interesting. Anyways, you can do better than that. That's the point. Because the truth is, Bishop E8 doesn't actually do anything. You just checked, that's all. Just checked and discovered.
But the pawn, it's actually targeting the pawn there, yes.
But you can't even capture the pawn. Remember, this pawn is even defending it. You're not targeting anything. So something must be done first before you discover check and work.
Pawn B4.
Pawn B4, thank you. Pawn B4 first. Very important. So the question is, where would the knight go to? If the knight decides to come to C4, now what?
I capture it.
You capture the knight. Thank you very much.
Bishop C4, yes. Bishop C4.
With a discard check.
Check.
That's it. And if it decides not to, and instead moves to C6, then
I can now play E8. Bishop E8.
Bishop E8. That's it. E8. Okay. Next, we have 4 more minutes. Still discover check. Here it is White's turn to play.
Oh.
Very easy.
Rook E6. Rook E6.
Rook what?
E6.
Well, Rook E6. Again, I'm going to be giving you something like maybe I'll give you. I'll give you 4/10. Because you got the idea of it, but the problem is after the check, the king can definitely go to what is it called?
Pawn. Rook B6.
Rook B6, thank you. Rook B6 is better. Check. At the same time, you're attacking the bishop. So once the king leaves, then you go ahead and take the bishop. So that's how it works. Okay. Here, White's turn to play. This one is very simple.
I king is on check. Rook F1.
Rook F1, that's it. Check. And once the king disappears, then you take the queen.
Capture it.
That's it. Yeah. Very correct. Here, it is White's turn to play. Uh-oh, what did I just do there? Sorry. Okay, I think I've shown that a little bit. First things first is rook takes bishop. And
captures it back.
The good news is the queen and the bishop, oh come on. The queen and the bishop are both protecting this pawn. So there is no story about rook or let me say rook capturing this pawn and saying check. If it does that, the bishop takes. If the queen takes back. So, or better still, rook takes, queen takes. Better still, queen takes. You get it? But in this situation now, the pawn has no choice but to take the queen. And after that, we have this beautiful looking discovered check. And once the king check, the king runs away, then we take the queen back.
And the queen is taking it.
Yeah, that's that about that. And here it is. I love this. I love this discovered check because it's kind of very, very annoying. Let's see what you're gonna do. Bam, bam, bam. White's turn to play.
White's turn to play. Oh. Okay. Rook G7.
Rook G7 check. And now the king has not able to go to H8. So what do you do?
Okay. Rook G8.
Rook G8 check. And now this time around we have the two pieces, bishop and rook, attacking at the same time. So now what are you gonna do?
It's black's turns to play. I can
The
actually
rook
use
has
my
to
rook
take.
to.
The king needs to take rather. So what do you do next?
Yes. I take my rook from C1 to G1. I check.
Rook G1 check. Game over. That's it. Okay, and that's everything we need to know about Discover Check. And definitely the next topic we next will be dealing is no other than double chess. Of course, we've seen the idea of double check once in the game, but that's what we will be doing in our next wonderful online class. I believe you enjoyed yourself doing Discover Checks, although you scored some 3-4 points.
All right.
No
Thank you,
worries.
sir.
It can only get better. Okay. So see you. Is it next Sunday?
Yes, sir.
Online also, no problem. We'll do online.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Bye for now. Cheers.